I disappeared for a year, and this is what happened.
There's more to life than this. Just go for it.
So for those who don't know me, my name is Daryl, and I disappeared from social media last year. I took a break, practically. I'm a fitness enthusiast, men's physique competitor, dancer, Zumba instructor, musician. I'm just a social media addict in general. I literally should have been placed in SMAA, Social Media Addicts Anonymous, if there's such a thing. But whatever goes in my life, I always feel the need that I have to post everything on social media, whether it be on my stories, just creating posts, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. I just always have the need, and it's just a habit. And I thought to myself, this is really cool and all, but who am I really trying to impress? What if I told you that this year could be your year to disappear? Not to run away from life, but to truly show up for yourself. So I decided to do a little experiment on myself to cut down on social media for a year because I really wanted to zone in on my goals, to be more productive, and to essentially focus on achieving my bodybuilding goals. I believe that disappearing for a season is necessary. In a world of constant notifications and endless social media feeds, it's super easy to feel stuck, super addicted to your phone, doing the same thing over and over again, day in and day out. I realized that if you really want something in life, no one's going to hand you the dream life that you've ever wanted. Disappearing doesn't mean ghosting everyone forever. It just means being intentional about where your energy goes. For me, I told myself, say no to distractions and yes to purpose. So here's how you disappear effectively. Step 1. Define your priorities. Whether it's hitting a weight loss goal, leveling up in your career, or starting a passion project, really get crystal clear on what you want. Really manifest it. Write it down in a journal, put your goals up on the wall or somewhere in your bedroom. I usually use my bathroom mirror, somewhere where you can see a clear vision of your priorities for the day or even for that season. For you to be successful in hitting your priorities, you need to track every little detail daily. For me, I like creating Excel sheets or using Notion tracking sheets to check off all my priorities and my goals. And if it's not written down and it's not tracked consistently, it's not going to happen. Number 2, audit your time. How much of your day is spent on things that don't serve your goals? Be super honest with yourself. Are you scrolling for hours on Instagram or TikTok instead of reading a book that you've been wanting to read and develop your brain? Are you being effective by blocking out your time just to meal prep or go to the gym? Time management is the key player here. For me, I utilize Google or Notion calendars to truly prioritize and block out all the hours in my day so that I can be as productive as possible. Being meticulous about each hour of your days will make you more effective. And number 3, set boundaries. This is the disappearing part. Mute all group chats, limit social media use, and learn to say no. And trust me, the world will survive without you for a while. Throughout my whole life, I've always shared my journey on social media via Instagram stories or posts, whether it be about my professional career, but mainly my fitness goals. No distractions. Last year I did a men's physique competition. I challenged myself to not post or share anything on social media regarding my competition and my weight loss journey. And by doing this, I was able to cut my social media screen time and really focus on living into my fitness journey. And trust me, I was always tempted to share my progress and post on social media. But without posting, I felt like I didn't have to set a standard or an expectation for anyone. The only person that I was only going to disappoint in this process would be myself and no one else, which felt like such a relief. And also by telling the world your accomplishments, negative energy from people would affect my aura. That's what I would feel. And I get it, there's people that are genuinely happy for your successes, but there's also people that aren't. And believe it or not, there are people that look like they're happy for you, but in reality, they ain't happy for you. I didn't want any of that negative energy affecting me, so I didn't tell anybody. And believe it or not, I got freedom from that. It was hard in the beginning not to share because of habit, but as time went by, it just got easier and easier just to not post and tell anybody. And I felt like I had so much more time in the world because I didn't have to spend long hours just scrolling on social media. And I felt like I didn't have this mindset of comparison to the world. Because when you consume your mind with too much social media, you start to compare yourself to others. You're practically your life. And you see other people's posts and you see their lives and their journeys and you see people succeeding and you start second guessing yourself. You start to compare and develop this mindset that you need to get there or you need to be better than them. But don't consume yourself by comparing yourself to others. It's unnecessary energy, and you don't need to do that. And also, who cares about what other people think? Just do you and live your life. Carefree. And trust me, your life's going to feel a million times better. So after disappearing on social media for some time, I finally decided to share my Instagram story right before I was about to hop on that competition stage. I then showed my stage results, my photos, and I was truly proud of how it turned out. There was no judgments along the process, and it was just me and my own thoughts. If you want to see how my competition went, I actually have a YouTube video on my journey as well, so I'll leave it right here if you guys want to watch that video later. But yeah, my people had no idea that I was competing and I surprised them with my results. You have to work in secret because you're living this life to please you and only you, and that's the best feeling that anyone could have. So when disappearing, just remember the 3 steps. Define your priorities, audit your time, and set boundaries. And lastly, I want to talk about the freedom you get when disappearing. Throughout my whole experience of disappearing and not sharing my goals with the whole world, I found a sense of freedom. This freedom of more time, freedom of no judgment, no expectation from others, freedom of changing my mindset and breaking old habits and making new ones, freedom to know that I can create a world that I manifest on my own. The reality is that the process is going to be a struggle.
It's gonna suck.
It's gonna be hard at first, but once you keep it up for about 2 weeks or so, it becomes a habit. By disappearing, you don't have to cut yourself 100% off from the world or from people, but you can learn to say no and limit yourself from doing the things that waste your time. You develop self-control, self-awareness, and always think to yourself, am I being productive or am I just wasting time? It's time to get productive. This year, we stop waiting for that perfect moment and start creating. Disappearance is about transformation. It's your chance to go all in on yourself to prove yourself that you can do this. So if you're ready to disappear and create a best version of yourself, let's make it happen. Thanks for spending a few moments with me, and I hope this video energizes you to make you a better version of yourself. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button. Today is your day. Let's make it a good one.